Hey guys, this is Eve with Scrapbooking with Me, and we are back with another RachandBella collaboration. This one is with RachandBella and Angela Kerr. They created this beautiful kit. I'm telling you, it's gorgeous. I love every aspect of it. I'm not going to go through every page because Rachel and Angela have already gone through and shown each page. I'll link their channels below so you can go over and check the full kit out page by page. But if you go to hashtag Crafty Summer Simples, you will be able to see all of the videos from all of the people that have done theirs so far. This goes all the way through the end of July. There are a lot of creators on there, so make sure you like their video, watch it, and subscribe to their channel. Alright, so we each got to choose a prompt. Now, we could just create our own prompt. There wasn't a list that we just went by. We could create our own prompt. Mine I decided to do from junk to journal because you guys know how I like to work with junk mail envelopes. Also today, there are 2 creators each day, and today I am sharing the day with the wonderful Angela Kerr. So you guys make sure you go over and check out her video as well. Right, let me get this laid aside and we'll get started. Now I have gone ahead and just pre-folded some of my envelopes, but I'm using some of these big envelopes that one of you guys sent me. These are, if I can get my ruler turned right, we'll measure this. These are about 9.5 by 6. If you don't have this size envelope, don't worry about it. Just use what you have. If you don't have envelopes, just use your paper. It can all work out. So the first thing that we're going to do is a little wraparound tuck, I guess we could call this one. And this is all that I did on here. I'll show you how I cut it just so that it'll be a little bit simpler for you. I just cut both ends off of the envelope. Some of these I have done before and some of them I have not. So this is going to be some oldies for you guys who watch me all the time, and then for some of you it's going to be brand new. Now these were already open at the top. Ever who sent them to me, they opened them at the top, and I'm just going to cut that off even. That's all I'm going to do. There we go. Now I just took, now I'm not going to utilize my window. You can definitely do that if you want to. I'm not going to in this video because it does take a while to cover utilizing the window. So I'm not going to do that on this one. I am folding this right up to that factory fold in the envelope. Folding each side just right up to it. Not over it, not up against it, just real close like that. And then that will fold like that right there. So see, you can definitely use that window if you want. Like I said, on this video I'll probably make some using it, but I want on this video just because it makes it a little bit simpler if I just cover everything. So now this part, and I'll lay that aside, that's my little template. This part I'm going to glue down. This and this I'm going to glue down. The reason being is I want this to be stronger than just the single layer of the envelope. So we're just going to put a little glue right there. I'm going to make sure these ends are glued down well before I glue anything else. Okay. Now you can leave these where they will fold out or they'll flip out if you want. On this particular one, we're just going to glue them down. Whew, that inside of the envelope kind of makes my eyes go crazy. Now I'm going to glue right across my window. Not going to worry about it. I know when I have more time and I'm not doing a video, I like to use the windows, but I didn't want this to be super long, and I wanted to be able to get more than just one project made on here. So stops. Okay, so that is all we did right there. That is just to make this stronger, no other reason. You could cut it off, but it wouldn't be quite as strong. Now we're just going to choose a paper, and there's so many in here that I want to use, I have no clue which one I will choose. Let me just look. I just love this one. I think that is gorgeous. Okay, now keep in mind you will not have to cover the inside of this because this is going to glue right down through here, up through here, up through there, there, and there. And I'll show you how we put it on in a little bit. So we're not going to worry about covering the inside. We're going to cover the outside. And I think, let's see, no, it's not going to go all the way, so we won't use that one. Let me grab another one. Let's do this one. Ooh, that's pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Now I'm going to let it go over just a little bit on over here and over here so I can fold it around so you won't see the edge of that envelope. So we'll probably glue it down about like that. I'm going to use just a glue stick and I'm going to glue both sides at once. You can put different paper on different sides if you want to. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's about right there. I'm just going to pick that up to see if it's somewhat even. Just don't want my image to be too crooked. Since I glued right down on my mat, let me wipe that up real quick. I should glue on glue paper, but you know how I am. Now we're just going to press that down really well. And then I'm going to tear off a little edge of this. I'm not going to worry about cutting it because we don't have to. It's not going to show. Let's see. Let's do it a different way. That way we won't be pulling on the side that we glued. Here we go. And now we're just going to take these edges and fold them over. Just fold them over to the edge of your envelope. And then we're going to glue those down. Let's just use our glue stick. Okay, now we're just going to fold that back in the middle. And I got a little bit of excess glue right here, so I'm going to wipe that off. And I just have a damp baby wipe. But that's how it's going to go on your journal page. Let's just grab a page and we'll look at it. Let's say we were going to put it on this page. I haven't even printed on the back side of my pages yet, but this will turn into a journal. Believe me, because it's so pretty. So this would be our journal page, and this would go on like this. So you have, when you glue it here, and then down through here, and at the bottom, you have a little tuck pocket there. And then when you flip it over to this page, you'll glue it down through there and down through here, and you have a tuck pocket on this page. So it's just a little double side tuck is all in the world it is. Very, very simple. I'm going to go ahead and punch these so I'll know that this is a little side tuck pocket. And I just punched them both at the same time. You don't have to do that because they're going to show on different pages. I'm trying to figure out, this is up, I think. Yes. And then I'm going to ink around mine. This is one of the simplest ways to get some extra little side tuck pockets in your journals. Very simple, very easy, and quick. Right. So that's it. And you see, you do not have to cover the inside because it's going to be glued. And there is a beautiful side tuck pocket. Double side tuck. I love that. Okay, so that is one. Now, I'm not going to embellish them. I will embellish them when I put them in the journal. But you can definitely do your embellishing and everything at one time if you want. Not a problem. Now, we're going to do this one next. All I did here was I took one of these, folded it in half, like this. And then I folded these back. Like that. That's basically all that I did. Okay. So now just see, I'm trying to decide. I'm going to trim up this top just a little bit because it's uneven, and then we'll decide how else we might want to trim this. That top is just a little bit uneven where it was opened. I am going to cut these little flaps off because if I don't, it's going to be way too thick and I don't need them anyway. So let's see. I think I can cut them both at once. Let's see if I can. Yep. So that's what we have now, just like that. Now what this one is going to do is basically the same thing as the other, except this will be, you'll just glue this one at the bottom and up through here, like a little glue there and across the bottom. And this will be a little corner tuck pocket. You won't glue this, and then you can put a big journal card or tag or something in there. You can do this with a single layer, but I'm leaving mine double because I like the extra strength. And then when you flip your page on this side, you're going to have the same thing. Okay, so we just need to find a paper to cover this with, but first I'm going to go ahead and glue these two pieces together. And I'm not going to worry about gluing them all the way down and all of that because they really don't have to be, as long as they're glued right at the edge. And you could just wait and stitch these together. If you do a lot of stitching for your journals, you could wait and stitch them. Be the same difference, and it would look really pretty. Okay. Now, we are not going to have to cover this same thing because that's going to be, it's going to be glued here and here, so this is not going to show. We do need to cover the outside. And again, I'm not going to utilize my window, but you can if you want to. Let's see, what shall we put on this one? This page is gorgeous. What about that one? Isn't that page pretty? Let's look and see. I love them all. That's the problem. I want to use every one of them, and I will in time. Like I said, this will turn into a journal, but for now, we're going to do this. I'm going to use this page. I just think it's pretty, and we can add lots of embellishments to that without covering up everything. And while I'm gluing, thank you, Rachel and Angela, for having me as part of your collab again. I really appreciate it. I enjoy doing these collabs with these girls. They are such sweethearts, and they're so talented. It's amazing how talented these girls are. I love all of their kits. Let's see. I am going to... I hate to lose any of this page, but I'm going to have to lose some of it. I'm going to do it like this right here. And I'm going to try to, yeah, that looks pretty centered up. Okay, now I'm going to cut across the bottom, or tear across the bottom, and then just fold some of that up. Just to cover up my envelope on all sides. And I'm going to save every piece of this that I can possibly save because even though I can print it again, I absolutely love this collection. And I could have told you the name of the collection, couldn't I? I'm pretty sure it's Summer Simples, I think is the name of it. But it will be available on Rachel and Angela's Etsy store. I think Rachel has an Etsy store and Angela does too, I'm pretty sure. But I will link all of that below, as well as the other crafters. Let's see, I'm just cutting a little bit so that I don't have a lot of bulk on the edges. See, these are just simple, super simple. These are just super simple, and that's what we're going for, is simple. Because, you know, in summer, everybody doesn't have a lot of time to create. I understand that, because you're spending time with your family, you're on vacation, the kids are out of school. You just don't have time to do a lot of creating. And I, as bad as anybody else, love to travel and, you know, go places, especially that I haven't been before, and see sights. That's my favorite thing to do. So I know everybody else is like that too. I do take some of my crafting with me sometimes, but not always, because especially if I'm with my family, I like to spend time with my kids and my grandkids. Alright, all I'm doing is gluing this around. Just gluing these little pieces down so that the envelope is completely covered. I think my paper has got a lot of glue on it. And someone was asking me last night when is the next time that we will be on the road, and it will be the end of August, I do believe, is our next trip. And I'm thinking it's, well, I'm pretty sure it's to Branson, Missouri. Is where we'll be next. I think we'll be up there for 2 or 3 days. So, but that's going to be in August. And you can go to the kids, the Pilot Family's website, and you can find all of their information on there. All the places that we're going to be, the links. Now, I don't go to all of the local ones just because I try to stay here and run the store. But I try to go to the ones that are long hauls because I like that. And I like seeing places I haven't seen before. I have actually been to Branson many, many years ago, but I haven't been in a long time. So I'm looking forward to going there. And I think they're going to be singing at Silver Dollar City, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to cut that little bit out right there because that just adds a little bit extra bulk. So that's what we have right there. And then if you was adding this to the page, you would just put it on here like this, and you would glue right down through here and across the bottom, and that would just fold down like that. And then you've got a big place for a nice large tag or pocket down in there. Tag or journal card down in there. Isn't that cute? And you can put all sorts of embellishments on here. You'll also have the same thing on the other side of the page. Very quick and easy. Just another quick and easy piece for your journal. Like I said, I'm not going to embellish those because you guys know how to embellish. This is mainly showing you kind of what I do to prepare for my journals. Not always, but most of the time, I try to do my ephemera and everything ahead of time. Oh, I like this on there. I think I'm going to do that. Now, this is going to be a fold-over belly band. So what I did was I took my envelope and I cut it, leaving about maybe 5/8 of an inch on each side of the window, all the way down. And then I cut it off to 8.5, which is the height of my pages. And I come up with this little thing right here. Okay. Now, the pieces that are left, you have some pieces left, and I don't know what I did with them, but the pieces that are left you can use in, here they are, you can use in your journals as well. Just make belly bands out of them if you want to. So, now this one, you can very well use the window, and I might use the window on this one. So it's going to take me a little while to cover this one because we are going to be using the window. But I love this paper. You You know what? On this one, I'm not going to use the window, but just imagine you can cut this out, and then whatever is under there, you're going to be able to see. But I'm not going to use it on this one just for the simple sake of the length of the video, because it'd take me a while to cover all of this if I did. But you can definitely do that. This is going to be the front, or the one in the front. You're going to have one in the front, one in the back. And I'm going to use this piece because this is gorgeous right here. So I'm going to leave enough to fold around, hopefully. Let's pull it down a little bit. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Now we don't need quite this much to fold around, so I'll cut a little bit of that off. This little piece will fold in here. You don't have to leave this piece to fold. I almost didn't, but I don't know, it just covers up the inside so that you don't see the edges of that envelope, but you don't have to. I almost cut this one too short over here, so, but we'll make it work. But this would definitely be pretty using that window and then having maybe a flower or one of the embellishments from this kit underneath. Okay, so there's that. Isn't that cute? Already, it's a cute belly band. I've got a little piece right there at the bottom that's wanting to stick out, so we'll just trim that off. Right, now since this is going to be a belly band, again, you don't have to cover the inside, but we do need to cover this side. And we can cover this side with something completely different than the other because they're not going to be on the same pages. So let's just use this blue piece since I liked it so much. Get something to glue on here. So how are you guys doing this weekend? I hope everybody's doing good. Hope you're out having some fun. I am crafting, and then I've got to go out and do some yard work in this. It's 87. It's not quite so bad today, but the humidity is probably 187, which is normal in Alabama, so you'd think I'd be used to it by now. I don't think you ever get used to humidity. It's just one of those things that it just feels like you're wearing a sweater when you go outside. Definitely warm. Okay, just open that up, and then let's go ahead and put some glue here. Then we'll just fold that up. Okay, now right here, I'm going to trim that off a little bit of angle because we don't want it bumping into that part that goes over the top of the page. I should have probably trimmed that other one, but that's fine. Just press that down, and now you have two pieces. I'm going to put a little ink right there because I almost didn't get that top pulled up enough, but it will be fine. I don't worry about those little simple things. And now let's just say this is your page. What we're going to do is put this over the page, the top of it. And see, it fits right down flush with the page. and then it's going to be glued here at the bottom, and that's going to be your belly band. When you flip it over, you're going to glue it here at the bottom. That's going to be another belly band. And then you just decorate it up any way that you want. So I hope that is helpful. That is just some quick and easy junk to journal pieces that you can put in your journal. Make them very, very easy. Make them ahead of time. Leave them like this and then decorate them when you put them in your journal. That's what I like to do because I kind of look at it. I don't ever know what I want to put on them until they go in the journal. So that's what I do. All right, guys, we will talk to you later. Thank you so much. Don't forget to go over and grab these collections. They are absolutely gorgeous. I will put all the links that you need below. Thank you again, Rachel and Angela, for asking me to be part of this collaboration. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.